Hello friends, welcome to KT Research Guidance Bureau. Myself, Dr. Kumudini R. Thakur, would like to share some good news with you. Today, I invited one of my best and sincere PhD students, Dr. Pintu N. Pastagia. He is MCom, MBA and PhD. Moreover, he cleared NET and SLAT examinations also. He is assistant professor in Sri J.B. Dharukawala Arts and Commerce College, Surat. Today, he will give you the brief idea about his research work. Obviously, you can enjoy the session because he completed his research work very nicely and very sincerely. If you go through the complete session, then you can see his skill and his capability.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Myself, Dr. Pintu N. Pastagia, Assistant Professor in Sri J.B. Dharukawala Mahila Arts College, BCom English Medium, Additional Division, Self Finance for Women's, Surat. I have been working in this college since last 5 years. I have completed my PhD under the guidance of Dr. Kumudini R. Thakur ma'am. First, I start my session. I am very thankful to Dr. Kumudini R. Thakur ma'am who invite me and give me such a beautiful and knowledge sharing platform, KT Research Guidance Bureau, to share my views. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am. My topic of research was Information Communication Technology, ICT in Banking Industries, a study of selected bank of Surat district. Let's start with the introduction. Economic environment of the country is changing at a very fast pace and it has a direct impact on banking industries. The policies of liberalization, privatization and globalization have opened up new opportunity to bankers to conduct their business with a more flexibility and in a professional way. New and diversified services are being offered by banks to meet the changing needs of customers and also to meet increasing competition. In this, information communication technology ICT plays a major role. ICT banking implies performing basic banking transaction by customer round the clock globally through electronic media. Today's banking is virtual banking. Virtual banking denotes the provision of banking and other related services through extensive use of IT without direct resources to the bank by customers. The silent features of virtual banking are the overwhelming reliance on IT and the absence of physical bank branches to deliver banking services to customers. The study highlights the impact of information communication technology in banking industries. The next part of research was objectives of this study. The main objectives of the studies are: first, to study the attitude of the bank official and beneficiary towards the usage of ICT based banking services. Second objectives of this study, to study the relationship between the demographic factors and attitude of the bank official and beneficiaries towards ICT based banking services. Third objective, to know how far customer reach to various ICT based banking services. Fourth objectives, to compare the various ICT based banking products. Fifth objectives, to know the growth of bank by adopting different types of ICT banking products. Sixth objectives, to assess the efficiency and profitability of bank after adopting ICT based banking services. The next and main and heart of my research work was research methodology. The study is based on both primary as well as secondary data. Secondary data have been collected through newspaper, articles, research paper, magazine, journals, annual reports of bank, RBI bulletin, RBI websites of the selected banks. For the primary data, two separate questionnaires are framed, one for the bank customers and another for the bank employees. Along with the questionnaire, group discussion and observation method are also applied for the collection of primary data. Sample frame: about 1500 samples from different banks of Surat district are randomly selected for study purpose, out of which 1000 were bank customers, 100 customers from selected banks of each taluka, and 500 were bank employees, 50 employees from selected banks of each taluka. Finally, all the 1500 questionnaires were considered for the analysis, and for the analysis of the primary data, SPSS software is used. Pilot testing: in order to check the consistency of the questionnaire, pilot testing was conducted for a group of 50 bank customers and bank employees. Based on the result of pilot study, suitable modifications were done in the questionnaire. Various statistical methods used in my research work. For the study purpose, secondary data collected from various sources and primary data collected using structured questionnaires are analyzed with the help of MS Excel and SPSS. Various statistical tools used for the purpose of analysis: percentage, frequency table, Likert scale, cross tabulation, descriptive statistic, pie charts and graph, and hypothesis testing, Kruskal-Wallis test, Mann-Whitney U-test, and chi-square is used for the analysis purpose. Frequency distribution is used to group the respondents on a similar characteristics: age, income, gender, education, etc. Along with frequencies against each variable, percentage are computed for the purpose of comparative picture. For example, percentage of respondents under the each category. Cross tabulation is used to compare respondents across two variables. For example, respondents having multiple accounts across various types of bank, nationalized bank and private sector bank. The 5-point Likert scale are used for obtaining the customer's viewpoint and bank officials' viewpoint about the various aspects of ICT-based banking services. Descriptive statistics such as mean, standard deviation are computed for continuous variable. For example, customer opinion on various banking services. Graphical representation in the form of pie charts and bar charts are used for presentation of result in simple and easy manner. In order to check significance difference between various demographic factors in terms of opinion of their customers and employees, Kruskal-Wallis test, Mann-Whitney U-test and chi-square are used. The next part of my research was scope of the study. The study aims at analyze the impact of information communication technology in banking industries. For this purpose, bank customers and bank employees of public sector as well as private sector banks of Surat district are randomly selected. The study will cover public sector as well as private sector commercial bank working in Surat district only. State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Bank, Central Bank of India and Dena Bank are randomly selected for the public sector commercial bank. And ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, IndusInd Bank, Yes Bank are randomly selected from private sector commercial bank group. Last 5 years data from 2013 to 2017 were collected and analyzed for this study purpose. The next part of my research work was importance of the study. The study is very important for the bankers. The study helps the bankers to know where they need to focus for betterment of services to its customers. It also highlights on the views of bank employees regarding related price, services, portfolio and various bank services. Apart from that, the present study also gives some important suggestion to improve their service quality and how to understand the customer's psychology. The branch manager of the related bank can apply the suggestion given by researchers for the better performance of the bank. The study is most important for the customer viewpoint also. The study highlights on the various services and facilities provided by bank. There are many customers who are unaware with these services. The study is an attempt to make the customers regarding these services. Apart from this, present study also some important suggestion in the light of conclusion. The bank customers related to the bank can apply the suggestion given by the researchers and can get the optimum benefit of the bank services. The study is very useful for the society also. There is no doubt banking industries and consumers are part of the society. Even though it is better to understand how this study creates the impression to the society. Society as whole include customers, employees, shareholders, trade union, business, industries, economists, students or any individual from various angles. The study gives the overall knowledge of different services provided by banks. The next part of my research was limitations of this study. Some of the limitations of my study are: first, the scope of this study is very limited in nature. It covers only public sector and private sector selected banks of only Surat district. Second limitation, for the purpose of study, secondary data for the year 2013, 14, 15, 16 and 17 are analyzed. Next limitation, the researchers is based on secondary data as well as the primary data. If the secondary data provided by various sources were true, to that extent the study provided the true result. To move on, the next part of my research was chapter planning. The study divided into 7 chapters. First chapter is introduction. It includes introduction, objectives of this study, research methodology, scope of this study, importance of this study, chapter planning and limitations of this study. Second chapter is review of literature. It covers introduction and brief review related literature on the subject. More than 200 literature were reviewed for the study purpose. Third chapter is profile of the area. It covers introduction, history of Surat district, location of Surat district, talukas of Surat district and different parameters of the district. Fourth chapter is Indian banking scenario. This chapter includes introduction, history of banking system in India, meaning and definition of banking system, development of banking system in India, paradigm shift in Indian banking system, evolution of technology in Indian banking system, distinctive features of ICT based banking system, benefits of ICT based banking system, needs for ICT services in banks, ICT related initiative of RBI, security concern, challenges faced by banks, banking technology in future, and information communication technology, ICT based banking product and services. Fifth chapter is profile of the bank. This chapter gives brief history of various banks which are selected for the study purpose. Chapter number 6, data presentation and analysis. This chapter covers introduction, secondary data analysis, primary data analysis for bank customers, and primary data analysis for bank employees. And last chapter is finding, conclusion and suggestion. This chapter covers introduction, major findings of this study, conclusion of this study, recommendation and scope for the further study. The next part of my research was review of literature. More than 200 literature review were reviewed for this study purpose. To move on, the next part of my research was profile of Surat district. In the last decades, Gujarat was one of the most developing state of India. Under the plan of industrialization, many industrial houses, companies and government are undertaking many projects in different areas of Gujarat state. And Surat district is one of the fastest industrial developing district in Gujarat state. Through the district was neglected for a long time after the independence. Surat district is chosen for the study purpose. There are 10 talukas in the district: Olpad, Mangrod, Umarpada, Mandvi, Kamrej, Surat city, Choryasi, Palsana, Bardoli and Mahua. This chapter gives complete profile of Surat district. Randomly selected 35 parameters have been taken for getting complete profile of Surat district. The secondary data are used to decide the status of different talukas. The researchers gathered information about parameters for 10 talukas of the Surat district and give them rank according to the superiority in related parameters as below. The parameters are number of cultivators, number of agricultural laborers, number of cottage and household industries, number of other occupation, employment, population per square kilometer, literacy level, backward population, number of SSI unit, capital per unit in SSI, number of medium and large scale units, capital, unit in number of medium and large scale units, number of post office, number of public libraries, desolated villages, number of cities, villages without primary school, total railway track, number of railway station, number of banks, number of agricultural credit societies, educational facilities, drinking water facilities, telephone facilities, transport facilities, Pakka road facilities, radio, transistor facilities, television facilities, computer or laptop without internet, computer or laptop with internet, mobile phone, scooter, motorcycle, moped, car, jeep and 1. Table clearly shows that population as well as density of population is high in Surat city taluka. So far as area, population per square kilometer and literacy level are concerned, Surat city stands first among all talukas. Chauriasi is second largest populated taluka in Surat district. In accordance with the populations per square kilometer, Mandvi is most backward in district because it has only 245 persons lived per square kilometer. It is the lowest number and having 10th rank in the district. There are lived 288 people per square kilometer in Olpar taluka, and it is the second lowest number in the district, so that it has been given the 9th rank in the district. So far as literacy level is concerned, table clearly shows that Umarpada has the lowest and Mangrol has the second lowest percentage of literacy level in the district. It reveals that Umarpada taluka has been put the 10th place and Mangrol taluka 9th place in the district. Table clearly point out that backward population lived in the district. Umarpada, Mandvi and Mahua taluka are concerned 80% of the population belongs to SC and ST caste. Umarpada is the most backward taluka because it has 96.85% population of SC and ST caste, and Mahua is second most backward taluka in the district, having 82.71% population of SC and ST caste. The government also declared the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe as a backward and reunion caste. Therefore, Umarpada, Mahua and Mandvi talukas place 9th and 8th rank in the district respectively. The next table clearly shows that Surat district is well known for industrial development in Gujarat state. It has many special economic zones. All talukas are not equally developed. So far as Surat city and Chauriasi taluka are concerned, high number of SSI units, 4,725 SSI units and 3,800 SSI units are there. There are two talukas getting first and second rank in the district respectively. There are 16,399 SSI units in the district. Umarpada taluka has least 66 of SSI unit and getting 10th rank in the district. And Mahua taluka is another backward taluka with 447 SSI units having the 9th rank in the district. Table also indicates that Umarpada is the most backward taluka according to the capital per unit in SSI unit, having only rupees 5.46 lakhs per unit. Mahua taluka is another most backward taluka in the district, having only rupees 10,000. Concerned to the number of medium and large scale units, Surat city got first rank, but Umarpada taluka got 10th rank in the district according to the capital per unit with rupees 144.09 lakhs. Mahua taluka is second most backward taluka in the district, having rupees 290.4 lakhs per unit and got 9th rank in the district. The next table shows banking and agricultural credit societies facility in district. Table clearly shows that Surat district has 411 commercial banks and 94 cooperative banks are there. All talukas are enjoying banking facilities. Those who have knowledge about banking facility can easily approach their commercial bank or cooperative banks and fulfill their financial needs. The development of commercial bank are very well in urban areas like Surat city and Chauriasi. And it is clear that majority business of the commercial bank is totally centered in urban areas or semi-urban areas. There is also important role of agricultural cooperative societies in agricultural development. The table shows that district has 114 agricultural cooperative societies. Umarpada Taluka has 2 this kind of society, the lowest number with 10th rank in the district, and Surat city has 3 this type of society, the second lowest number in district and getting the 9th rank in the district. Comparative study of all 10 talukas of Surat district considering the above 35 parameters and concluded that Surat city and Chauriasi talukas are more superior talukas and Umarpada, Mahua, Mandvi taluka are most backward talukas in Surat district. Next part of my research was banking system in India. The development of banking industries is an evaluation in the world economy. There is no single answer of the question what is banking, because in a modern era a bank performs a multitude of functions and services which cannot comprehended into a single definition. For a common man, a bank means storehouse of money. For a businessman, it is an institution of finance, and for a worker, it may be a depository for his saving. It may be explained in brief as banking is what bank does. As any other subject, it has its own origin, growing and development. To move on, banking system in India. The chart clearly shows that banking system in India broadly classified into 2. First part is organized sector and second one is unorganized sector. Organized sectors subdivided into 4 parts. First one public sector bank, second one is private sector bank, third cooperative banks, and fourth one development banking. Public sector banks also divided into 4 parts. First one Reserve Bank of India, second one is State Bank of India and its associate banks, third 19 nationalized bank, and fourth regional rural bank. Private sector bank subdivided into 2. First one scheduled banks and second one is non-scheduled banks. Scheduled banks are also divided into 2 parts, Indian scheduled banks and foreign banks. Cooperative banks subdivided into 3 parts, state cooperative bank, district cooperative bank and primary cooperative credit society. Development banking also subdivided into 4 parts, industrial development bank, agricultural development bank, import export banks and national housing bank. The main unorganized sectors subdivided into 3 parts, indigenous bankers and SROF, professional and non-professional money lenders and sahukars. The next part of my research was ICT banking, e-banking. ICT banking is defined as an automated delivery of new and traditional banking products and services through electronic interactive communication channel. Through ICT banking, individuals, corporate customers can access account, transact their business, transfer their funds or obtain information on product and services through electronic media without any paper transaction. ICT banking also means transferring of funds electronically with the use of computers and other electronic modes. The next part of my research was ICT based banking product and services. 10 product or services were selected for this study purpose: ATM, credit card, online banking, mobile banking, telebanking, EFT, ECS, SWIFT, smart card and demat facility. To move on, the next part of my research was profile of the company. This part covers brief explanation about the randomly selected 5 private sector bank and 5 public sector bank for the study purpose. This part covers history of bank, business or growth of the banks, associate banks and subsidiary, listing and shareholding pattern, list of board of directors and general information about the bank. Here, the first part of my research report is over. I hope you enjoy this session. Subscribe the channel of KT Research Guidance Bureau. Give your suggestion and favor the bureau. Thank you so much.